After the race in Saudi Arabia, Red Bull Racing Team thought they had stopped all the rumors. At least that's what they wanted us to think. A man named Horner was looked into and said to be okay. Helmut Marko was quickly checked out in just a few days and cleared too. Even Verstappen seemed to have moved on, but one person wasn't ready to let it go and is ready for another round of fighting. After a lot of back and forth, Red Bull team boss Christian Horner may still lose his job because of this person. Max Verstappen had a great time with the team. The Red Bull superstar was really happy and comfortable after winning twice at the Formula One race in Saudi Arabia, and not just because it was his second win in a row. He had to feel like he had not only beaten everyone on the track but also won what was possibly the most important victory of his career off the racetrack. Helmut Marko, his closest and most important friend in the Red Bull team, was allowed to stay. This looked very unlikely on Friday to show how much the Dutch driver supports Marko. He changed his return flight on his own private jet to bring Helmut Marko home. He was supposed to fly with Christian Horner, but Horner had to travel home alone with his wife Jerry Hope. Also, we're told that the Dutch driver, who was not only winning but also had a strong personality, was shocked by how his team boss acted in the paddock area in Saudi Arabia, just like he did during the Bahrain race. Horner ran around holding hands with his ex-Spice Girl wife, always looking for cameras to show the world that a worker's claims that he had scared and bullied her were blown out of proportion. He wanted to show he was the victim, not the bad guy. His wife also kept supporting him. However, people involved in the Horner incident felt that even a movie director couldn't have planned the performance better, but the scandal seems to have taken a shocking turn. Yes, once again, according to F1 sources, the Thai majority owners are now following the advice of Red Bull GmbH's Austrian minority, which includes CEO Oliver Mintzlaff and 49% shareholder Mark Mattel. They want to get rid of Horner. One reason is that demands for people to boycott Red Bull by powerful women's rights activists in the US market, which is very important to the company, have grown since the event. Second, the Thai Red Bull executives are worried that the employee may go public in the coming days and take action against the internal investigation, which may not have been as fair as fans were made to think. This is even though it's said that the employee has been paid $700,000 by Horner and another $300,000 by Red Bull itself. But why go after it if there has been a payment? Well, the industry publication business, F1, published the woman's identity and position, including publishing photos of her. She wants to fight for her rights and reputation in a civil court in England. At that point, Horner must tell all the facts openly. Third, and this is definitely unbelievable but true, the huge rock band U2 plans to help the woman with a song. Her brother is the son-in-law of U2 legendary guitarist The Edge. According to F1 insiders, U2 is thinking about writing a song titled Don't Be Horny. Be Christian to add to the scandal that is taking over the pages of the gossip press in Britain. Even the Thai family, who have so far strongly backed Horner, are worried by U2's huge influence, which could lead to Horner being fired before the next race in 2 weeks' time. One thing is clear, Horner seems to be losing the power battle at Red Bull. According to reliable sources, he will be fired before the upcoming race in Australia. If that happens, you can expect to see the matching sentence form. In any case, Max Verstappen would then have achieved a victory that will not appear in any Formula One statistics. Are you expecting to see Horner down under in a couple of weeks? Horner himself seems to think he will be there. After Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez's strong performances, Horner was asked if everyone at Red Bull is looking in the same direction. Indeed, Verstappen said that he would not tolerate a hypothetical exit from Marko. Horner has a clear response ready. We are focusing on winning, Horner said. We are good at that, and we got that in Saudi Arabia. We started the season with that. I am aware that there are a lot of rumors going around, but I don't think the team is distracted. We are one team. Although a lot is said about Helmut, only Helmut doesn't work for me in Red Bull Racing. He works for the parent company. I think you can see that we are focusing on the future. We want to extend this incredible winning streak. Are there any difficulties with Verstappen? Max is doing absolutely fine. He works well with the team, and there are no tensions. You can see how relaxed he is around the garage. That also translates into performance on the track. We don't see any problems with Max. Horner therefore thinks the situation is steady. According to the Britain, everyone wants to be a part of the team. No individual is bigger than the team. There is a seat available for next year, and I think I have 16 drivers who are desperate to get the seat. Sergio Perez is in pole position and can only lose the seat. We have a strong relationship with Max. He is doing great and focusing on his performance on the track. The same goes for us. I think probably too much has already been said by other parties, Horner continued. The team is a team. Max and Helmut are part of the team. I lead this team, and everyone plays an important role. Horner admits that he was surprised by the rumors about Marko. The rumors about a suspension were also a surprise for the team. There is no process of decision-making around him. Helmut is under contract with the parent company, so it was an issue between them. We were not part of that discussion. I have known Helmut since 1996. and he has played an important role at Red Bull. His role has changed over the years, and it is only positive that he is still so motivated despite his age of almost 81. The relationship with Helmut is not a problem. He is always outspoken. That's Helmut. Oliver Mintzlaff also supports us, as does Franz Tost. There are 3 CEOs. It was good to see that Oliver and Franz were in Saudi Arabia to support us, Horner concluded. For now, plenty of questions remain after the Christian Horner investigation. One of the most common questions is why this scenario has developed after so many years of peace and harmony among Red Bull's senior executives. However, it seems that when Matestitz died in late 2022, a power vacuum was created. Horner is thought to have aimed for a share in the team similar to what Toto Wolff has with Mercedes, but has yet to get it. Rumors spread in 2023 that he and Marko were no longer on the same page, with a new dynamic emerging between them following Matestitz's death, with simmering tensions under the surface. Gem's investigation into Horner provided the spark to blow it up, and now that Horner has survived and regained his authority, what happens next is up to other parties accepting that conclusion, or at least if he is not fired before Australia. Due to the new outside pressure on his position, will the employee at the center of the investigation be cleared as Horner was? Will the people behind the many media leaks, which appear to be a relentless attack on Horner, be identified? Will Jos Verstappen be able to accept Horner's continuation as team boss? Will Horner receive his long-awaited team ownership interest, ensuring his future beyond that of a useful employee? The most important question at this moment is whether Marko's requests for changes will be carried out. For the time being, after meeting with Mintzlaff in Saudi Arabia, he seemed content to remain with his present 3-year contract with GmbH, but is this dependent on some unknown event occurring? After all, if Marko suddenly decides to leave Red Bull, it raises the question of whether the Verstappens would follow suit, so destabilizing the driver market. Would Max truly leave a powerful championship-winning team out of devotion to Marko, with Horner at the focus of the plot and recovering his grip? The other players in this unfolding drama seem to have no choice but to follow him for now, at least. Will an uneasy ceasefire between all parties last long enough to enable relationships to heal, or will jealousy and hatred rip apart one of the most powerful F1 empires ever? And will we see Horner in Australia? Let us know your thoughts.